Arturia model 3 of the most sought after preamps, their saturation stage and EQ sections. And these bad boys sounds really freaking good. Let's take a listen. Hello everyone, welcome back to MixbusTv. Hope you're having a great day. Before we start, if you like the channel, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, check the info box down below for all my mixing courses and plugin discounts. If you want to support the channel, we have a Patreon page and a bunch of cool t-shirts down there. Saturators are my territory. You know how much I use them in my mixes, and you know how many videos I have on them. I always look for new ones because they are one of those effects that you just can't have enough. But I'm also very picky with them. Arturia makes killer stuff, both software and hardware. And these three preamps, I think they are one of the best offering they have out there. Three of the most famous and used still today historic preamps. The 1973 based on the vintage Neve 1073, the Trident A based on the Trident A range, and the V76 based on the legendary Telefunken preamp. I'm generally impressed with them. The saturation on these guys is legit, so let's just hear them in action, shall we? Let's start with the 1973 pre based on the Neve 1073. One thing that I really love about Arturia plugins, all of them, is that they have a resizable window. So you can make them like really big if you have real estate, or you can resize the window to fit your workflow. So let's start on drums with this one. Let's bypass it. Nice. By changing the type of transformer, you can tell there's a real difference between the two. The type 2, I can already tell, has a more low end saturation on the kick drum. Especially if you pay attention, you will hear the difference. And I'm not even driving it that hard. I could try to drive it like a little bit more. Love this one. You can hear the kick drum with the type 1 is a lot cleaner than with the 2, which is not better or worse, it's just very nice to have both. Cleaner transient with the type 1, more crunchy, and soft clipped with the type 2. Love the sound of this. Really love the sound. I want to compare the saturation first before going to the EQs. So let's try the Trident A. So based on the A range of the Trident console. Let's bypass this one as well. Talk about punch with this one. In this 40-35 range, listen to that snare. It's subtle, somewhat subtle, but it snaps really hard. Nice. I love the fact that you have a very usable range up until there -25, and then you're really saturating and crunch things up. It's most of it. It's very subtle. I love it. Let's leave it there, and then we'll compare it with the 1073. Again, the Telefunken. I love the original preamp. This one, it's something special. Right off the bat, this one adds color already without even touching the input gain. Wow, these guys sound really good. All right, so let's try to take the EQ off. Yeah, it seems like just inserting the EQ, I could be wrong. There's some change already without even touching it, so I'm gonna take that out and just compare the three. So let's open them up, all of them. All right, pretty nice. You know what? I'm familiar with tracking drums with the 73. That might be the closest I've heard to the original, saturation-wise. It's got a lot of punch, I love it. The Trident seems to be the more clean of the three, and the V76 is just fat and big. Yeah, guys, these are legit. So let's try the EQ really quick. I put the saturation back to 0. We activate the equalizer on the V76, so we try to match with the others because we have a fixed frequency. The low tone and high tone for the equalizers is very simple on the V76. Let's just see how it sounds, then we go to the others. Again, the 73 is really close to the original. I am generally impressed with that. You can hear it's got that focused, punchy and crunchy tone on the low end. The V76 is a broader curve, you can tell, but it's got a lot of weight. The Trident, in this case, just by using one band, is the more boomy of the three. But that's what I was saying, this EQ is more meant to work with more than one band. So in this case, would be probably a good idea to cut a little bit of 250 to try to match the other two. Wow, the V76 got a lot of weight down there. Let's try the high end. So I'm gonna just try with the Neve. Actually, I'll start with the V76. Nice, the Trident high end is perfect for drums. It retains that punch, that snap, and it's not too harsh. The top shelf on the Neve, I know I will get probably shit for it, but it's something that I'm not necessarily a fan, even on the hardware. This one is, a little goes a long way. You can tell, like on this drum at least, like as soon as I go a little more than 1 o'clock, it starts to be too much, but it's also just this track. And for the Trident, if you're not familiar with it, you see you have the high pass, which is 25, 50, and 100, but you can also select more than one. So basically, if you want a different slope on or a higher cut, both for the low pass and the high pass. You can do what you do with the 1176, so do the all bottom mode, and in this case you can select see all combination 1 and 3, 1 and 2, all 3, 2 and 3, whatever. It changes the curve. Okay, so play with that because it's very useful. Again, it's a pretty complex EQ, the Trident. Very good on guitars. I love it on electric guitars. I love it on drums. Let's try now these guys on some other things, some other tracks, just to see how they perform. The Trident on this kind of electronic piece, dance piece, it sounds really nice. I love how open this one is. Even with the saturation, it really is open and retains the punch and the transient really well. Love the top end boost. I didn't mess with the mid bands yet. The V76, I loved it on drum. Not right for this specific track. Let's try something else. Such a solid low end, 73. Trident with this. See, with Saturators, you never know. I loved the Trident on drums on the track before this one. With this one, right after the first few seconds, I don't get the same feeling that I get with the other two, which, you know, it's okay. Like, Saturators are like this, EQs are like this. That's why we have so many. Yeah, definitely V76 for this one wins, hands down. The other two are great too, but definitely the V76 would be my favorite here. Now I start to understand better what the V76, the kind of low end that it has. It's really broad and I want to try that one on bass. Even if it's subtle, the Trident still adds a nice color to the material, even when it's not the perfect fit. Alright, 1973 on vocals.
We won't dwell on the past and the shadow it casts, so unembraceable and at last. Look it dead in the eyes, the peel off the sky. All is erasable and there's nothing left here for you and I.
Saturation is really subtle, even if it's hitting the red, basically. Love it. Let me try to remove something here on this vocals. Let's get to the meaty part.
So unembraceable and at last. Look it dead in the eyes, the peel off the sky. All is erasable and there's nothing left here for you and I.
Well, it's a nice distortion anyway, even if it's subtle. V76.
So unembraceable and at last. Look it dead in the eyes, the peel off the sky. All is erasable and there's nothing left here for you and I.
Wow, the the V76 is really, really nice.
So unembraceable and at last. Look it dead in the eyes, the peel off the sky. All is erasable and there's nothing left here for you and I.
That's now I recognize the Trident distortion on it. So like I said, the Trident is something special with mid-range material, so guitars, snares, vocals, especially female vocals, but all vocals. You can tell that distortion, that saturation is legit.
So unembraceable and at last. Look it dead in the eyes, the peel off the sky. All is erasable and there's nothing left here for you and I.
I hope you notice that I'm trying to level match. This is not level, this is actually richness. See, on this acoustic guitar, I prefer the Neve so far. Let's try the Trident. Yeah, the Trident can really bring things up to life. It's nice to have like these three they're simple, there are not too many options, but they're so different that you have a really wide range of choices. My favorite for the bass track was probably the 1973. Let's just do the last test in these raw tracks here.
I know the seasons about to change. It's changing all around. I know the reasons you arranged. They're tearing me down. Where is the peacefulness of mine? Where will my heart come back to life? I'm alright as I pick up the pieces that are left of me. I'm alright. Feel away from you. I'll be fine. Cleaning up the corner, put it back in order. I know I'll always have this too. A little piece of you. Where could we let this slip away? Slipping through my hands. Back in the darkness, blind the day. Bring back the light. Where is pleasure in pain? Where is my shelter in the rain? I know the seasons about to change. It's changing all around. I know the reasons you
Nice. Again, the saturation in the mid-range of the Trident is is really cool. All three of them are definitely well done. Kudos to Arturia. And this was Arturia Preamp Collection. Absolutely great saturation and EQ suite from them. You will find the links to these plugins in the info box down below, along with my mixing courses and plugin discounts. I hope this video was useful. I hope you liked it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you liked these ones. Let me know what's your favorite saturator. Let me know what you want to see next. Follow MixbusTv on Facebook and Instagram. Subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time.